This is Andre Banks with Banks Credit Chat, coming to you with an article I read from SeattleTimes.com, not a site that I visit often, in fact, pretty much not at all. But the title caught my attention. When is it okay to let your good credit score drop? Now, most of the content of the channel has really been on how to improve your credit score, different things you can do to help for housing and different aspects of credit as a whole. But, with everyone working to keep their credit score high, is it ever okay for it to drop down or without panicking? Well, this article goes into the depth about that and it gives you some good ideas and tips. And of course, I'm going to put a link inside the description, but I want to read through the article in itself and just dive right in. When is it okay to let your good credit score drop? If you've worked hard to achieve and maintain a good credit score, it can be upsetting to see a drop. But life happens, and sometimes how you react is going to blow back and affect your credit score. Says credit expert John Altsmeyer, people lose jobs, cars break down, and pipes leak. Credit may be your safety net. Painful as it may be, there are times when taking actions that hurt your score are prudent for your overall finances. When you have emergency expenses, and this is when it's okay to let your credit score drop. This is the first one that came up, the title. If you have a big unexpected expense that exceeds your emergency savings, use your credit cards to cover it, and it can be a decent option. You may have some temporary score damage from a high balance on your card for a while. It's generally best to keep balances below 30% of your credit limit, of course. Paying in full every month is ideal, but the damage for high balance should fade as new, lower balances reported to credit bureaus. Don't beat yourself up not for having saved enough. Emergencies don't necessarily match up with what you've saved enough, nor do they come at a time. Carrie Siegel, the author of Why Didn't They Teach Me This in School, strongly recommends developing a budget and building an ample emergency fund so you're protected in the future. Here's the next time it's okay to let your credit score drop. When you're struggling to cover essential expenses. Sometimes a crisis such as income loss makes it impossible to cover living expenses, then sacrificing credit score is lesser of two evils. Altsmeyer says, if you have to choose between paying your credit card on time and keeping utilities on, keeping your family safe is more important. If possible, try to make the minimum payment on your credit card before it's 30 days overdue. Your credit card issuer won't be happy and you'll probably have to pay a late fee, but creditors can report you to the credit bureaus until your payment is 30 days past the due date. If you don't pay in that 30-day window, the creditor can report your account delinquent. That negative mark in your credit report will badly damage your score, and only time will undo the damage. It will sit in your credit report for up to 7 years, although the effect fades over those years. Siegel advises getting in touch with creditors, explaining what happened, when you will be back on your feet, and how you repay them. They may be willing to give you more time, and you may be able to prevent damage from potential late payment or negotiate a lower interest rate, he says, and accident can't hurt. When money is on the way is the next reason to let your good credit score drop. Siegel, the father of 5 young adults, cautions against an over-reliance on credit, but he's willing to make an exception for when income is imminent, but bills are already here. A tax refund or payment for freelance work falls into this category. If you know money is coming, credit can be a bridge until it arrives. Be prepared for a score ding as long as you're running a high credit card balance, then look for a rebound as you get it back down. When starting investing or in a business. Okay, it's a good one too. Investing in business is another time you may choose to use your credit, but keep the risk in mind. Siegel says there should be a clear, detailed business plan. That's much more specific than a great idea. Well said. A good or excellent credit score might mean you qualify an introductory 0% rate on a credit card, or you may have plenty of room on your existing credit cards to temporarily run a higher balance than you do normally. That could be a scenario that makes sense as long as you have a plan and the ability to know when it's time to stop this. This isn't working as I had envisioned it, says Tom Quinn, Vice President of FICO Scores, a credit score and data company. It can be tempting to go all in, but don't let a business idea threaten your overall financial health. It was probably Associated Press by the personal finance website NerdWallet. NerdWallet's a pretty good place. I thought the article was definitely valuable. Provided some insight. I read it pretty quickly. That's why I always put a link inside the description. And this is just one to look at and think about it in terms of it's okay to have your good credit score drop without having a panic situation. If this video has been any value to you, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next video for Banks Credit Chat, I'm out.